Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Football Hypes, and in today's video, we're going to be rebuilding Everton in Soccer Manager 2023. As you know, Frank Lampard has recently been sacked from Everton. He clearly wasn't the guy, and we're going to try and take Everton back to their glory days. Not that they've had any glory days. I'm just kidding. Don't hate me, Everton fans. But I'm not sure how many episodes the series will consist of. I think we'll just keep going until we win a couple of trophies. But anyway, before we get straight into the video, make sure you smash a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and do not forget to turn that notification bell on to never miss one of my videos. Otherwise, let's get stuck in. So now that we've got season 1 underway, ambitions for this season. Well, look, we're not in Europe and I don't really care about the domestic competitions. So I think we need to go all out in the league. And look, I think we've got the players to finish in the top 6. And if we have a really good season, I reckon we could qualify for the top 4. But bringing myself back down to earth, being more realistic, I think top 6 will be the aim for this season. Now, right off the bat, we're going to get a sponsor, and obviously we're going to choose the sponsor that pays the most. And in this case, it's Special Effect. So I've just gone through the current first team squad and I'm more than happy with what I see. I think the players are more than good enough to finish in the top 6 this season, and we 100% have the squad depth to do it. Yes, I might be taking a risk in not signing anyone this season, but I don't really see where we need to sign anyone. I think I'd rather wait till next season to sign some players. And if I do end up selling any players this season, I'll 100% replace them. And I'd like to add that Gordon and Onana will be huge players for us throughout this save. They've got great potential, and hopefully, they'll stick with us throughout the save. Also, not to mention, we do have some players out on loan, but I don't really care about that. But what we're going to do is we're going to recall Dele Alli from his loan spell. A bit controversial, but we're going to make him an integral part of our midfield, get his career back on track here at Everton starting this season. Now, in terms of contract expiry this season, I don't really care about the two on top, but Solomon Rondon is our third choice striker. So just for the sake of this season, I'm going to offer him a 2-year contract on 29 grand a week. Now we're getting to the part that you've all been waiting for, the tactics. Now, in terms of the tactics that we're going to be using for this Everton rebuild, I've gone with a 4-3-3 formation with 2 fullbacks, 2 stoppers, a ball-winning midfielder, 2 playmakers, 2 wide forwards, and a target man. And for the instructions, I've gone with a custom strategy. And under general, I've made the width wide, mentality attacking, tempo normal, formational fluidity adventurous, work rate normal, creativity balanced. Under attack, I've gone with passing style direct, attacking style down both flanks, forwards work ball into box, wide play mixed, build up play normal, and counter attack no. Under defense, I've made pressing all over, tackling style aggressive, backline normal, sweeper keeper no, and time wasting normal. So that's pretty much the style of play and system we're going to be using throughout this Everton rebuild, and hopefully everything works out, and I'm sure it will. Right, now that we've got that out the way, we've checked all the boxes. Actually, no, we haven't. We've still got one more thing to do. I completely forgot about the board objectives, but the board want us to finish in the top 8, increase the stadium capacity to 44,173 or greater, and upgrade the club's facilities by 1 level. Not an issue. I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade the facilities off camera because they're really not that important. But looking into the future, the board want us to earn a Champions League qualification within 3 seasons, maintain a profit of 10% over 3 seasons, and 7,500 minutes of game time for players 22 and under. Alright, easy peasy. Right, now that we've officially checked off all the boxes, we can get the Premier League season underway. I'm just not sure who we're playing against. I think we're playing against Newcastle. Yeah, we're playing Newcastle on the 20th, and then we're playing Manchester City directly after that on the 27th. 2 very difficult fixtures, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is simulate through these friendly fixtures, and then we can get stuck into the very first game of the season against Newcastle. So the first fixture of the season is against Newcastle away from home, and this is going to be an exceptionally tough game. Both teams are very evenly matched, and this game could go anywhere. But I'm hoping we can get a result here, at least a draw. I'm kind of expecting a win. We need to get the ball rolling this season, especially because we've got Manchester City in our next game. But let's see what happens. So the match finishes in a 1-1 draw, Sander Berge scoring the first goal for Newcastle in the 8th minute, and then a minute later, Dominic Calvert-Lewin equalising. And I'm happy with how the game went. We absolutely dominated the game, got 9 shots off, 5 shots on target, and I think if we continue these dominant performances throughout the season, I think we'll do really well. But we got a point and we move on. Up next, we host Man United at home, and I reckon we could win this game. Man United are currently sitting in 11th, which is absolutely woeful, and I reckon we could take advantage of that and give them an absolute beating. So the game ends 1-0, Calvert-Lewin scoring in the 3rd minute, taking advantage of a woeful Manchester United. We got a great result, kept a clean sheet, and we move on. Up until this point of the season, we've been doing very, very well, and we're up against Leicester City next, another evenly matched game. But one thing I will point out is that they don't have Schmeichel. Not sure what's happened to him, if he's injured or if they've sold him, but I think we have the upper hand this game, and I think we can win. So the game ends in a draw and a very, very disappointing result. I actually thought that we were going to go on and win the game there for a second, but Leicester equalizing in the 91st minute, Harvey Barnes scoring the consolation goal. But like I said before the game, both teams are very evenly matched, got a decent amount of shots off on target, but nothing you can do about it, I suppose. Right, so we have made it to the halfway point of the season, and we've been doing very, very well. Actually, scratch very well. We've been doing exceptionally well. So we are currently in 5th place, 2 points behind our rivals Liverpool with 42 points, 12 wins, 6 draws and 3 losses. And I think, Liverpool fans should be worried. Because if we go to the beginning of the season, we drew to Newcastle in our very first game, and then we drew to Manchester City directly after that. But in October, we beat Liverpool at Anfield 2-0 in the Merseyside derby, and I can tell you for a fact that Liverpool fans went hiding after that one. But we also went on a pretty good Carabao Cup run. We made it to the quarterfinal, and then we got knocked out to Aston Villa, unfortunately. We lost 4-3. It was a great game, but like I said, we're not too focused on domestic competitions this season, but we're in really good form right now. Can you believe it? Calvert-Lewin is currently the top goal scorer in the Premier League right now. Unbelievable. And then you've got Maupay chasing Haaland with 11 goals. But I mean, if Calvert-Lewin continues in this form, he'll 100% win the Golden Boot this season. Also not to mention, Demarai Gray's got 9 assists alongside Eric Diarra from Tottenham and Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City. Up until this point, I don't think we need any new signings. We've been doing unbelievably well with the players that we have. We also don't have any severe injuries or anything like that, and we're also not lacking in squad depth. But I do have some great news. We have extended Anthony Gordon's contract by another 3 years, so he'll be remaining at the club for a while. And the board seems to be relatively happy so far. We're currently sitting in 5th place, we're increasing the stadium capacity as we speak, and we've also upgraded the club facilities by 4 levels. So everything seems pretty fantastic up until now. We're 2 points off the top 4, and if we can keep this form, I reckon we could finish in the top 4 this season. But just bringing ourselves back to reality, our ambitions for this season was to finish in the top 6, but if Calvert-Lewin can keep up his goal scoring record, I reckon we could do it. But we'll see what happens, and let's get the second half of the season underway. So to get the second half of the season underway, we're up against Nottingham Forest away from home. This is going to be a tough game. Forest are mid-table, but we need the points more than they do, especially because we're fighting for top 4. So let's see what happens. So the game ended 3-2, 5 goals, and Nottingham Forest played really well. They dominated the game, and I tell you, I started getting really worried towards the end of the game. They scored a late goal, but thankfully we held out. And Solomon Rondon also got the man of the match, stepping up in big games. That's exactly what you want to see. But overall, it was a great game and a big win. Up next, the Merseyside derby, and this is going to be a huge game. As you know, we beat Liverpool away in the first fixture, and now we're playing them at Goodison Park. Can we do the double over Liverpool? Let's do it for the Everton fans. Let's do it for my dignity as the Everton manager, because if we lose this game, I don't think the Everton fans will forgive me. But it's going to be a great game. Merseyside derby, here we come. So the Merseyside derby ends in a 2-2 draw. Man like Peanut hit Ali and Iwobi bagging a goal each, and Jota and Salah scoring for Liverpool. Liverpool played a lot better than we did. They had more possession, more shots. I'm just glad that we didn't lose this game, and I'm over the moon that we've taken 4 out of 6 points from our rivals Liverpool this season. Coming towards the end of the season, we're up against West Ham, and as it stands, we have secured a place in Europe this season, but we are level on points with 4th place Liverpool, and if we're going to have any chance of finishing in the top 4 this season, we're going to need to win our next few fixtures, so let's make it happen. So in the end, the game finishes 2-0, a very, very important win right there, and we're going to need to keep up this winning form until the rest of the season to maybe, just maybe make it into the top 4 this season. But I'm wondering, will we make top 4 or not? So, boys, the season's come to an end and I've got some good news for you. Somehow, we've finished in 3rd place this season. How do we do it? I don't know, but I told you lot before the season started, we had the players to finish in a European position this season. But what did we do? We went ahead and finished in 3rd place. So thank you very much, Liverpool, for sacrificing one of your Champions League places. Much appreciated. Now, in terms of relegation, Brighton, Crystal Palace and Brentford go down, so rest in pieces. But congratulations to Manchester City for winning the league. It's not the first time they've won the league, so nobody really cares about that. On to more important things. Dominic Calvert-Lewin does win the Golden Boot. He followed through with his form, bagged 30 goals and won the Golden Boot. So congratulations to that man. Demarai Gray also wins the Playmaker of the Year, and the Player of the Year goes to Michael Keane. Yeah, now that's rigged. But I'm sure, you know, Michael must be over the moon. And for the Club Player of the Year, we've got 3 nominees. We've got Calvert-Lewin, Pickford, and man like Peanut Head Aliena. Remember, we recalled this guy from loan at the beginning of the season. I mean, he's been fantastic for us. He's clearly got his career back on track. So props to that man and props to him for being a nominee. But we all know who the Club Player of the Year is going to go to. It's obvious. It's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So the board and the fans seem to be overly happy with Hypes at the wheel, which is always a good thing. And in terms of our managerial stats for the season, we maintained a 65% win rate with 30 wins, 10 draws and only 6 losses. Which is not too bad. Hopefully we can improve on that next season. And we have a pretty empty trophy cabinet, but we will be filling it soon, unlike Tottenham Hotspur. But, you know, overall I think we've had an unbelievable first season, a great start to our Everton rebuild, and we've probably overachieved in some aspects, but we will be in and amongst the big boys in the Champions League next season. So we will look to make new signings to strengthen the squad and, you know, make things interesting in the new season, which will be in the next episode. And speaking of the next episode, if you want to see the next episode, make sure you smash a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And do not forget to turn that notification bell on to never miss one of my videos. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the episode. I will see you in the next video.